Hey guys, Mr. Farley here. Last section of chapter 1. We are looking today at chapter 1, section 4, and it's titled Economics and Other Social Sciences. Economics and Other Social Sciences. This mini lecture will be posted on your classroom feed, as will other important videos that kind of supplement what we're learning today. Let's hop right to it. This is our last chapter, our last section rather, of chapter 1. And we are ready to move on after this into Native American cultures and how people actually would begin to come to North America thousands and thousands of years ago. But let's get through chapter 1, section 4 first. We've got a couple of vocab terms that appear at the top of the reading. There are more than 2 terms. The other vocab terms will be included in your Quizlet study deck, and they'll also be linked to the class feed at the end of the day today. The 2 terms that appear, though, one, cash economy. A cash economy is an economy in which people exchange money for goods and services. I want a haircut. I live in a cash economy. I am going to give people money to trim my hair. Not quite. Okay, but if I want an orange, if I want to buy a glass of milk or a carton of milk, or I want to buy a car, we live in a cash economy. We exchange money for goods and services. Now, there are other types of economies. We'll talk about some in class. One is a trade economy. A trade economy or a barter economy is where you might trade food for some type of service. Okay, you might trade equipment for some type of service. We happen to live in a cash economy in which people exchange money for goods and services. Second vocab word is consumer. Consumer is a user of goods and services. And every one of us, ladies and gentlemen, every one of us is a consumer. We all use goods and services. Continue on from the other side of the page, other side of the screen, that is. Economics is the study of how people use resources to survive and to satisfy their wants and needs. When we talk about economics up here and other social sciences, economics is the study of how people use resources, often limited resources, to survive and satisfy their wants and needs. A society must answer 3 basic questions. Every society has to answer 3 basic questions. What goods and services should we produce? How should we produce goods and services? And for whom are we going to produce those goods and services? People need food, shelter, and clothing. Some resources may remain after these basic needs are met. Again, people need food, clothing, and shelter. Some resources may remain after these basic needs are met. These resources can be used to make other goods. An example, years ago, each family produced the food and goods it needed. Families did that years ago, sometimes hundreds of years ago. Today, factories produce most products. In a cash economy, income determines the goods and services a consumer can buy. So, give an example. In a cash economy, our income, how much money we earn, how much money we have coming in, is going to determine what goods and services we can buy. If we have a job where we make, let's say, $1 million a year, okay, we might be able to afford a nice fancy home or a nice fancy car if we make a lot of money. If we don't make a lot of money, we still might be able to hopefully afford a house and a car, but it might not be as fancy, or it might not be as well equipped if it's a car compared to somebody who has a lot more money to spend. All right. So in a cash economy, the amount of income we earn determines what a consumer can buy. Let's shift the image over here so we can flip. Okay, over to the other side of the reading. The United States has a free enterprise system. free enterprise system, and we're going to talk when we look at the graphic organizer at the bottom about specifics, but a free enterprise system offers several benefits. But in a free enterprise system, the government plays a very limited role. And we're going to talk, as I said, specifically in a moment about the benefits of a free enterprise system, a system made up of free markets. Okay? Economics is one of the social sciences. If you look at the title of the reading, Economics and the Other Social Sciences, economics is one of the social sciences. Social sciences help us understand people and their society. So as student historians and as a teacher historian, social sciences help us understand people and their societies. Political science is the study of government. When we talk about people who study government, we're talking about the study of political science. Okay? Civics looks at the rights and responsibilities of citizenship and the rights and responsibilities of citizens. When we talk about civics, we're talking about what each of our rights are and what each of our responsibilities are as Americans. And yes, there is a balance between our rights and our responsibilities. With every right that we have comes a responsibility to exercise those rights respectfully. Okay? Anthropology is another social science. It examines how people and cultures develop. Anthropology examines how people and cultures develop over time. Sociology is the social science that studies how people behave in groups. And yes, people behave much, much differently in groups, especially in large groups, than they do individually. And finally, psychology looks at how people think and how people feel. So psychology is a social science, sociology is a social science, political science is a social science, and economics is one of the social sciences. All of these social sciences are things that historians use to study societies and to study civilizations and groups of people. Okay, now let's look at our chart on the benefits of free enterprise. Let's move our picture over here so we can take a look at this unimpeded. Get my mug off of the chart. There we go. Benefits of free enterprise. And if you look at the graphic organizer, you got free enterprise in the middle, okay, of the graphic organizer, and you've got the benefits popping out, kind of like legs. Okay, first benefit, let's go top. Benefit of free enterprise. It gives consumers free choice. When you go to the marketplace, when you go to the store, when you go to Walmart, when you go to Tops, when you go to Hannaford, wherever it is you and your family's grocery shop, you have choices. You have choices between loaves of bread that you can buy. You have choices between types of sandwich meat you can purchase. Okay. First benefit of free enterprise is it gives consumers free choice. Another benefit, it limits government interference. Free enterprise limits the amount of interference that the government can provide. Okay, the government does not determine what the cost of a gallon of milk is. It does not determine the price of a pack of gum. The marketplace determines that. And generally speaking, the more choices that exist in a marketplace, the more choices that consumers have, the better they are going to be able to save money for goods and services. If there are many, many choices and many, many different products that are available, products and services, and people providing those products and services, that is going to do a lot to help keep those products and services affordable for people, or more affordable for more people. Okay. Another benefit of free enterprise, it gives owners decision-making power. Okay. It gives owners of businesses and owners of storefronts and shops and small businesses, it gives them decision-making power. What do they want to produce? Why do they want to produce it? Who do they want to produce it for? All those things that we talked about in the reading. Another benefit of free enterprise, it encourages invention and investment. It encourages people to invest money into products that they feel might be successful or products that they believe people have a need for. Okay. It's going to encourage people to invent products and invent new improvements, and it's going to encourage people to invest their money. Also, another benefit, it supports private ownership of both businesses and of goods and products. Benefit of free enterprise, it supports private ownership. And when we can own things, we can create wealth for ourselves and for our families, which is a good thing. Okay. Private ownership is a goal in a free enterprise system. The more and more people that we can help turn into business owners or property owners or landowners, the better our society is going to be. And finally, another benefit of free enterprise, it encourages competition or the offering of the best product at the lowest price. We talked a little bit about that over here, but free enterprise, a benefit of free enterprise is it encourages competition among producers, and it encourages the creation or the invention of the best product at the lowest price. 2 questions at the bottom, please, on free enterprise that I need you guys to complete. Not on free enterprise, rather, but on our reading. 2 questions at the bottom. Please answer these in a Google document and number your responses, please. Question 1, you can answer using the reading. What are the 3 basic economic questions that every society must answer, must ask, and of course must answer? And 2, you can use the graphic organizer above to answer this question. What are the 2 benefits? What are 2 benefits of the 6 that we looked at? What are 2 benefits that a free enterprise system offers to consumers? Please be sure to number your responses. Please be sure to answer in complete sentences, and also be sure to study your vocab terms, the full list, and there are 10 terms altogether. There are only 2 that appear here. The rest of the deck, the whole 10-term deck, will appear on your Quizlet site, and it will also be linked to our school feed at the end of the day today. Also, make sure that you're watching the supplemental videos that I've posted on the school feed as well on your classroom feed that kind of add to what we talked about in this mini lecture. That is it for Chapter 1, Section 4. Make sure you complete questions 1 and 2 in a Google Doc, and we will see you each again very soon. Social Studies rocks. I love social studies.